especially the lower extremities. Okay? That person is not stable. Stable to walk and to maintain his or her balance. Okay. So the purpose of walking devices is stability and balance. Ayun na. Okay. Next, maintain upright body position. When you say upright, hindi siya naka-stoop. Kundi nakaganon. Okay? Next, increase your confidence in walking ability. So if you have fracture, injury in the lower extremities, you're not confident to walk. So the devices will help you to increase your confidence in walking ability. The weight redistribution. Okay. If the injury is here, so where's the weight? Okay, doon sa unaffected, doon sa walang injury. But the walking devices, what? Will redistribute. From the weight here, because you have the device, it will transfer to your walking devices. So that's the purpose of your walking devices. Okay. Next, the safe use of walking equipment to reduce the risk of fall. Number one complication, okay, is fall. Matutumba ka using your what? Walking devices. Home environment. Inside the home, everything should be clear. Okay? Yung dinadaanan, dapat clear. Walang toys na nakakalat. Okay, to avoid fall. Next, stairs. Okay. Do not choose walking frame. My walking frame tayo, one of the devices, yung apat. Okay? Kung hindi may balance yun, kaya don't use. Okay, walking frame in climbing the stairs. Next, standing from a chair. Okay? Do not attempt to use a walking stick or walking frame to rise in a chair. They are not stable enough. So, hindi siya stable. Next, wet floors. Make sure na walang spilled water or any liquids at the floor. Some house, they put a carpet para hindi slippery your floor. Okay? Footwear. So what footwear is advisable? Should be well fitted, secured on your feet, and supportive to walk. So ano ang mga footwear na kailangan? Rubber shoes. Why? It's secure and dapat fitted. Okay? Yung sa'yo talaga pwedeng manghiram. Kasi hindi yun kasya sa'yo. Hindi well fit sa'yo. Next is maintaining your walking aid. Keep your walking device in good condition. Okay? You have to what? Maintain it in good condition. Yeah, try to see na secure yung mga bolts. Okay? Otherwise, you will fall. Next, the types of walking device we have. Walking stick, very common. We have the wooden. Nakikita mo kayo sa province. They use wooden stick. Huh? Metal sticks. We have the folding sticks. It's also a stick, but it can be folded. Tripods. Okay, this is the stick na there's three na parang paa. Okay? Quadrupeds, apat. Okay? Crutches. Okay. That one is one example of crutches. This one. So we have elbow. Ito ang elbow. Kasi hanggang dito lang siya. We have axilla, underarm yung hanggang dito. Very common yan, di ba? Saklay. And forearm crutches with gutter armrest. Okay. Forearm hanggang dito lang siya. Okay, marami. Pero, they are the same as crutches. They have the same objective. Okay, axilla, very common, and elbow. Let's see next. Okay, walking frames. Walking frames ay yung apat. Oh, cane siya na nakaganon, na ginaganon-ganon lang. Okay. Non-wheeled, walang gulong, folding, okay, folding siya. And reciprocal, yun ito yung pwede mong ano siya, ma-fold at hindi. Okay? How to use the walker. Okay, walker first. Push or lift your walker a few inches. The walker or the walking frame, ito na yun. Walker or walking frame. Okay. So, push or lift your walker a few inches. Okay? Or centimeters on an arm length in front of you. Okay, so the walker should be what? Arm length. Hindi ganun kalaki, kundi hanggang dito lang. Arm length. Okay. Make sure all four tips of the walker, okay, are touching the floor. I have videos here. Step forward with your left leg first. Okay. Here, from sitting to standing. Okay. Place the walker in front of you with the open side, okay, facing you. Make sure all tips or wheels of your walker are touching the ground. Okay, hindi siya pag ganon. Dapat lahat na, apat na paa nakatouch sa ground or sa floor. Lean slightly forward and use your arms to help you up or stand up. Do not pull on or tilt your walker. Okay, huwag nyo i-gano ng walker. Dapat lagi siyang nakababa sa floor. Bakit pag ganon? Tutumba ka, di ba? Okay. So, if you cannot do it, ask for help. Grab the handles of the walker. Then you may need to take a step forward to stand up straight. So once naka-stand up ka na, okay, before starting to walk, stand until you feel steady. Okay? Pakiramdam mo kung okay na ba yung pagtayo mo na you're ready to use the walker. Hindi na yung pagtayo mo, lakad-lakad. No? Okay. Then, are ready to move forward. Okay. From standing to sitting. Okay. Backward to your chair, bed, or toilet seat. For example, ito yung seat. Okay, ito yung seat. Backward ka. I-feel mo na nandyan na yung seat or pwede yung toilet seat rin. Then, touching the back of your legs. Dapat ito ay nafe-feel mo. Ito na yung uwan. Okay. Make sure all tips or wheels of the walker, same, touching the floor. Then, reach back of your one hand. Di ba may armrest yan? May paganon? Yes, ma'am. Itong isa, ito ang gamitin mo. Okay? Huwag na, pag ganyan, hindi yan. Okay? Support dito. Okay? Next, lean up. Okay, lean forward and move your weaker leg. Ito yung weaker leg. Okay? Na ganun ka. So, move forward para ang balance mo ay well distributed. Ito ay i-forward mo na konti. Then, ganon at upulan. This is very common. Yung mga kahit yung ito? Kahit yung mga hindi nag-learn ng caregiving, di ba? Alam kung paano kasi matutumba. Pero, for those who are elderly, na wala na sa pag-iisip, you have to, what? Instruct them. You have to teach them how to do it. Okay? Then, slowly sit down and then slide back. Okay. hanggang doon na sa next. How to use the walking stick. And this is very walking stick. Kasi, hold the cane with your good side hand to provide support to the opposite lower leg. Take a step with your bad leg. Okay. So, yung halimbawa, ito yung injured. Okay. And bring the cane forward. Ito, halimbawa, walking cane ito. Yan lang. Move step with the injured foot or leg. Ito. Kasabay ito. Okay? So, yan. Lean your weight through the arm. Itong arm, dito ang weight mo lagi. Para yung weight na distribute from here, mapupunta siya dito. Holding the cane as needed. Next. Okay, how to use crutches ito. Stand up straight. At the top of your crutches should be about 1 to 2 inches below your armpits. Ito yung what? Under or forearm yung saklay. Okay? Pag kayo the size of the crutches, di ba ito? This can be this can be measured and adjust. Okay? Pag ganito, ito tatambukong-bukong natin. Yan ang arm chip. Nitong hahawakan. Okay? Handle. Ganyan. Etong dito, dapat hindi siya sagad. Dapat meron siyang 2 inches or 2 or 3 fingers na papasok. Bakit? Ano ang rationale doon? Ano ang... Okay? To allow ang free-flowing blood circulation. Kasi pag sobra siyang ganyan, naiipit, ano pang blood circulation pupunta dito? Okay. Number 2, para maging relax yung shoulder. Pag-walk. Tingnan mo, pag ito'y sagad, ano mag-walk ka? Ganon. Diba? Okay. Okay, next. The hand grip of scar should be even with the top of your hip line. Okay. Your elbow should be slightly bent. Okay, when you hold the hand grips. To avoid damage of the nerves and blood vessels, ito na sinasabi ko, your weight should rest on your arms and not in your underarm. So, you have to instruct your patient, your client, na ang weight lagi dito sa dito, hindi dito. Okay? Sasaktan siya at hindi magandang paglakad. So, lahat ng weight dito sa hand grip. Next, we have walking. We have 2-point gait. The caregiver asks the client to move the left crunch and right forward together. Okay. Ganun ko na lang. Sa 2-point gait, crutches. Okay? Ang left, okay? Ang right foot, parehas. Pag move nitong left, okay? Pag ganyan, kasi merong isa pa eh. Oh, may wala kasi isa eh. Together siya. Oh, ganyan. Dito, pag move ng ganyan, para lang nag-ano. Pero siya ay sabay-sabay. Ito, maano kayo ng 2-point gait and 4-point gait. Okay? Okay, 3-point gait. It requires 2 walking aids, either crutches or stick, funds by affected. Okay. Ito. Pag ganyan, meron kasing non-weight bearing, meron tulang na i-touch mo lang. Ito yung talagang grabe yung injury dito. Okay? One, two, three. Ganyan. Ang galing ba? Ano yan? Okay. 4-point gait. Ito parehas sa 2-point gait, kaya lang ito ay slow. Pag ano nito, hindi siya sabay nito. Okay? Parang siya naglalakad, pero mauna ito, hindi siya sabay sa okay. Meron tayong mga videos niya, kaya hindi kayo okay. Swing through. Itong swing through naman, di ba may saklay? Ito yung ginagamit, nakikita mo ba kung double na amputated. Na pag ganyan, minsan ginaganon yung katawan. Okay, sabay ganyan ang dalawang paa ng crutches. Tapos, swing ang katawan. Yan, swing through. Sitting, okay. Back to the sturdy chair. Put your foot in front of you. Okay. Hold both crutches. Sitting tayo. Okay. Sitting ba nagsisit? Yung pasyente. Okay. Ato, dalawang saklay. Ilagay dito both. Ang dalawang saklay. Dito wala. Dalawa sila nandito. I-hold mo yan. Kaya mas maganda, may upuan na may hawakan. Okay? From here, ganun mo sa armchair, then tatayo. Okay? Hindi na yung dalawang saklay ganyan. Hindi. So, magsusuport. Okay? Use the other hand to feel behind you for the seat of your chair. Slowly lower yourself into the chair. Okay? When you are seated. Lean it and behind them up. Oh, so sitting pala ito. Sitting. Ito, sa stairs. Okay. Facing the stairway, hold the handrail with one hand and tuck both crutches. So, yung dalawang crutches go together pa rin under your armpit on the other side. Going up, lean with your good foot. Kung ito ang injured ka, ito talaga ang pinaka-ano mong support. Okay? Keeping your injured foot behind. So, pag itong injured, itong una mong iganyan sa stairs. Okay? Tapos, ito, ganyan. Ayan. Then, take one step at a time. Okay, hindi sabay-sabay, mahulog. Okay, yan. I'll show you the videos.
This video will teach you how to use your crutches. Please watch the entire video before using your crutches. Crutches help you move around without having to put weight on your injured foot or leg. If you have had an injury to or an operation on your foot or leg, you may need to use crutches. We'll be talking about certain parts of crutches in this video. The top part of the crutch is called a crutch pad. The handle in the middle is called a hand grip. The rubber bottom that touches the floor is called the crutch tip. Before you use crutches, you will need to make sure they fit your body correctly. Step 1. Put one crutch under each arm at the sides of your body while you're standing. Step 2. Relax your shoulders and let your arms hang down over the crutches. The crutch pads should not touch your armpits. Step 3. Check the amount of space between your armpits and the crutch pads. There should be 2 inches or 5 centimeters of space between them. This is about 2 or 3 finger widths. This space helps keep the crutch pads from putting pressure on nerves and blood vessels in your armpits. Pressure on these nerves and blood vessels may cause arm tingling and weakness. If the crutches are not the right height, you can adjust them. Check the instructions that came with your crutches or contact your healthcare provider if you're not sure how to do this. Step 4. Check the height of the crutch hand grips. Your wrists should be at the same level as the hand grips. If the hand grips are not the right height, you can adjust them. Check the instructions that came with your crutches or contact your healthcare provider if you're not sure how to do this. Next, you'll learn how to stand with crutches. Step 1. While standing on your uninjured leg, hold one hand grip in each hand. Step 2. Squeeze the crutch pads between the sides of your chest and upper arms. Do not rest your armpits on the crutch pads to support your weight. You will support your weight on the hand grips. Step 3. Spread the crutch tips apart and put them slightly in front of you on the floor. This is called a tripod or 3-point stance. Now you'll learn how to walk with crutches. Be sure to look where you're walking. Don't just look down at your feet. Also, be aware that when you walk, you will need extra room on either side of your body for your crutches. Step 1. While standing with the crutches, move the crutch tips one step in front of you. Step 2. Now put your weight onto the hand grips of your crutches. Then swing your injured leg forward. Step 3. Take a step with your uninjured leg. Make sure to land level with or just ahead of your crutches. Step 4. Move your crutch tips forward a bit to balance your weight. Repeat the steps to keep walking. Sometimes your surgeon may allow you to put weight on your surgical leg when walking with crutches. You may be instructed to touch only your toe to the ground for balance, but not put any weight on it. Put half of the weight that you normally do when you walk. Put as much weight on your surgical leg as you can tolerate, or not put any weight on your leg when walking with crutches. Be sure to follow your surgeon's instructions about if and how much weight to put on your surgical leg when walking with crutches. Next, you'll learn how to sit down with crutches. Step 1. Stand next to or in front of the chair. Step 2. Move both crutches from under your arms to your injured side. Hold them by the hand grips with that hand. Step 3. Grab the chair's armrest or seat with your other arm. Step 4. Extend your injured leg in front of you and lower yourself into the seat. And here's how to stand up with crutches. Step 1. While seated, extend your injured leg in front of you. Step 2. Move both crutches to your injured side. Hold them by the hand grips with that hand. Step 3. Put your other hand on the chair seat or armrest. Step 4. While supporting your weight on the chair and crutches, scoot your body to the edge of the seat and then push yourself up to a standing position on your uninjured leg. Step 5. Put one crutch under each arm so that you are now in a tripod stance. Now you'll learn how to use crutches to climb stairs that have a handrail. Step 1. Begin as close to the stairs as possible. It does not matter which side the railing is on or which leg is injured. Step 2. Move the crutch nearest the railing to the opposite arm. Hold both crutches by the hand grips with that hand. Step 3. Grab the railing with your free hand. Lean your weight on the railing and the hand grips of your crutches. Step 4. Lift your uninjured leg onto the next stair step. Step 5. Pull your crutches up with you onto the stair step. Repeat this process for each stair step. You may also need to climb stairs that don't have a handrail. Step 1. Begin as close to the stairs as possible. Keep one crutch under each arm. Lean your weight on the hand grips of your crutches. Step 2. Use your uninjured leg to step or hop up onto the next stair step. Step 3. Pull your crutches up with you onto the step. Repeat this process for each stair step. Here's how to go downstairs with a handrail. Step 1. Begin as close to the stairs as possible. It does not matter which side the railing is on or which leg is injured. Step 2. Move the crutch nearest the railing to the opposite arm. Hold both crutches by the hand grips with that hand. Step 3. Grab the railing with your free arm. Step 4. Place your crutches together onto the step below. Be sure to place your crutches in the middle of the stair to help you balance your weight. Step 5. Move your injured leg forward slightly. Lean your weight on the railing and the hand grips of your crutches. Step 6. Using your uninjured leg, step down onto the next stair step. Repeat this process for each stair step. And now, here's how to go downstairs without a handrail. Step 1. Begin as close to the stairs as possible. Keep one crutch under each arm. Step 2. Lean forward and place your crutches in the middle of the step below you. Lean your weight on the hand grips of your crutches. Step 3. Move your injured leg forward slightly. Step 4. With your uninjured leg, step down onto the next stair step. Repeat this process for each stair step. Now you know how to stand, sit down, get up from a chair, walk, and go up and down stairs with crutches. Remember to take it slow at first. Give yourself time to get used to crutches. Support your weight on the hand grips, not the crutch pads. And ask for help when you need it.
According to your height. The correct height of the clutch should be 3 finger spacing between the armpit and the top of the pad. The correct height of the hand pad over here should be at the wrist level. The correct space between your feet and the base of the clutch should be about 6 inches. To adjust the height of your clutch, locate the 2 silver buttons. Press on the silver button and adjust the height of the clutch accordingly. To adjust the height of the hand pad, unscrew the ring nut. Remove the screw. and adjust the height of the hand pad accordingly. Reattach the screw and the ring nut. I'm going to teach you how to stand up from a seated position in a non-weight bearing situation. First, place two crutches together. Have one hand on the crutch, one hand on the chair, and push yourself up. Remember not to place any weight on your affected leg. Once you have steadied yourself, place the crutches under your armpit. Have the crutches about 6 inches away from your leg. Remember not to rest your armpit down on the crutch to avoid any nerve injury. To sit down, move close to the chair. Till the back of your knee touches the chair, place both crutches together and have one hand on the chair and lower yourself down slowly. To start walking, place your crutch one arm length forward, push down on the hand pad and tilt forward. I'm going to teach you how to move up and down the stairs with a pair of crutches in a non-weight bearing situation. First, move to the base of the stairs, push down on the crutch and take a step up with the uninjured legs, followed by the crutch. To move down the stairs, bring your injured leg forward, place your crutch down the step, and down with the good leg. In the presence of a handrail, you can use the handrail to help you up and down the stairs. First, move to the base of the stairs. Hold both crutches with one hand and the other hand on the handrail. Push down on the crutch and on the handrail and take a step up with your uninjured leg. To move down the stairs, hold both crutches with one hand and the other hand on the handrail. Bring your injured leg forward. Crutch down on one step, followed by your non-injured leg.
When working with your patients on crutch gait training, it is important to understand the different weight-bearing terminology. Weight-bearing is the amount of weight that can be borne on an upper or a lower extremity during functional activities. The amount of weight-bearing permitted is dependent on the patient's pathology, impairment, and medical management. There are 5 commonly used terms to describe weight-bearing for the lower extremity that we need to keep in mind when we are doing gait training activities. Non-weight bearing. The involved lower extremity is not to be weight bearing and is usually not permitted to touch the ground. Toe touch weight bearing. The patient can rest the foot of the involved lower extremity on the ground for balance, but not for weight bearing. Partial weight bearing. A limited amount of weight bearing, such as 5 pounds, is permitted for the lower extremity. When a specific weight is not provided, minimal weight bearing should be permitted on the involved lower extremity until a specific amount is confirmed by the referring physician. Weight bearing is tolerated. The patient determines the amount of weight bearing that will occur on the involved lower extremity. The amount of weight bearing permitted may vary from minimal to full, depending on the tolerance of the patient. Full weight bearing. The patient is permitted full weight bearing on the involved lower extremity. Before gait training begins, you must first adjust the crutches to your patient's height. First adjust the height so it is level with the greater trochanter or even with the wrist crease with the upper extremity by the side. Secondly, observe the angle of the elbow. It should have flexion between 20 to 25 degrees.
I'm going to help you learn how to use the crutches today.
Okay.
And the doctor had said not to put any weight on your leg. Is that true?
Correct.
Okay. Do you mind telling me how tall you are?
I'm 5'6".
Could you help me out? We're going to adjust these. All you have to do is push in that button. So let's put the belt on you before we practice your walking.
Yan, gagamitin
Say
pag
give
wala
you something to hold on to.
arm chair. No? Ito ang support ng belt para siya makatayo.
All right, remember how to stand up with these?
Both in this hand.
Scoot and now, scoot forward first. And I'm going to be here standing on your side that you had the surgery and hold on to your belt back here.
When assisting the patient to rise to stand, the patient moves towards the front of the chair seat and places the right foot approximately 6 to 8 inches forward. The hand pieces of both crutches are grasped in the right hand and are positioned vertically slightly in front and to the side of the chair. The left hand pushes off the chair. To rise, the patient leans the trunk forward and pushes with both hands and the left lower extremity. The patient establishes balance and uses the left hand to place one crutch in the left axilla. The remaining crutch is placed in the right axilla using the right hand.
Okay. And push off with your other hand. Remember, no weight on that leg.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Now swing that one crutch underneath one arm. Now while you're standing here, I just want to check and make sure the fit is good. So I'm going to put 2 fingers under here. That feels good there. And a nice bend on the elbow. That looks good. How does that feel? Pretty good? All right.
Yan ang 3-point. 3-point.
So remember with the crutches first, the surgery leg, and then swing through. Good.
Yan, 3-point.
Nice job. Okay, why don't you take little steps as you're turning. I'll go this way towards your left. And I'll put my hand up here just in case to keep you safe. All right, crutches first. Leg, and swing through. All right, turn around. Now back up until you feel the back of the chair on your leg. Okay, now I want you to bring both crutches over to that same side again.
Like this.
Put your hand inside. Now reach back to the chair and sit down nice and slowly. Nice job. All right.
3.8.
So now we're doing toe touch weight bearing. With toe touch weight bearing, your patient can set their foot on the ground, but they're not putting any weight. So it's mostly used for balance.
Mag-ano siya? Mag-touch the floor.
This is toe touch 3-point.
Konti na. Short siya. Pero ang weight, nasa kami siya.
So even though it's called toe touch, you still want to put your heel down first. It's a mimics normal walking pattern. But again, there's no weight. It's just there for balance. So next is partial weight bearing, and this, the amount of weight that your patient can put on is based on what is prescribed by the physician or the
distribution
surgeon.
ng weight. Yun lang ang
Again, it's 3 points, so the crutches, the foot, and then swinging
Okay?
through.
Kapag sa partial, pag ano na siya sa pero parehas silang 3.8. Itong binibigay ko very advanced
Next
na.
one, those are all 3-point gait. Now we're going to do a modified 3-point. And sometimes patients prefer to do this because they're not quite comfortable swinging their leg through yet. So what you do is the crutches, then your foot, and then you just step to where your other foot is. Sometimes patients will do this first and then they'll learn to do a 3-point gait.
Yan, 2.8. 3.
Now we're going to do what's called 2-point gait. And in this type of gait, you have to be full weight bearing in order to do this. And it mimics the best gait pattern closest to normal walking. So the crutch goes forward with the opposite leg.
Ang paa, tsaka sabay. 2.8. 2.8. Sabay. Sabay ang crutches at tsaka yung kaluman. Ito yung 4.8. Bakit may confuse?
Next, we're going to do the 4-point gait. Again, you have to be full weight bearing for this. It can be a little more complicated for the patient, but if you verbalize how to do it, it makes it easier. So you first tell them left crutch, right foot, right crutch, left foot, left crutch, right foot, right, left, left crutch, right foot, right crutch, left foot.
Yan ang so yan lang ang ating left, right,
So we're going to practice going up and down stairs. I'm going to be on the side that you have your surgery. As you're going up the stairs, you're going to go up with your stronger leg first. As you're coming down, you're going to be coming down with your weaker leg first. Okay, so you put the weight down on your hands, and you're going to hop up with that left leg. All right, and bring your crutches up, and the crutches always come in the same motion as your leg that had the surgery. Okay. You're not weight bearing.
as a
Now
caregiver,
you're coming down, you're going to bring your crutches and your weaker leg down
whoever
together.